Up into what happened in the Kibeho refugee camp in Rwanda last weekend, when up to 2,000 Hutus died. During a visit to the camp today, the country's president said that representatives from the United States, Canada, 5 European countries, including Britain and France, and the Organisation of African Unity would be asked to take part.
Rwanda's president ordered the mass graves in this camp to be dug up today, a gruesome attempt to prove to international observers that hundreds of refugees rather than thousands died last weekend. This amateur video records the sound of Tutsi troops opening fire on the refugees.
I saw one woman quite obviously reacting to a shot which came from her right about 30 metres away. She stopped, she turned, she put her hands high in the air. I took my eyes off her for a moment as an RPA soldier walked towards her. He carried on walking and ultimately he shot her and she fell dead where she tried to surrender.
2,000 survivors have stayed in Kibeho camp, a last stand in defiance of the Tutsi army, who are trying to starve these refugees out, refusing to allow them food or water. The rain they collect is all they have to drink, and they're growing hungrier and weaker by the day. The squalor here is unspeakable and the smell utterly nauseating. These people have been living among rotting corpses and human excrement. It can only be a matter of time before there's an epidemic of disease, and yet still they steadfastly refuse to leave. One refugee told us he'll have his hands tied up by Rwandan troops if he agrees to go, and then they'll slit his throat. But there's little doubt Hutu extremists here who fear prosecution for last year's genocide are making the other refugees stay, especially the women and children.
My impression is clearly these people are being held hostage by the hardliners in this camp. Clearly from the conversations they've been having and the interviews they've been giving, even small children their heads are just full of propaganda. It's really, really frightening.
United Nations troops formed a corridor offering protection to the refugees if they agreed to go.
Go to water, go to food, take your children, take the women with you. I assure you that nothing terrible will happen to you, nothing bad will happen to you.
But the refugees were not impressed. In the end, only one of them left the camp today. The rest are convinced they'll be killed by the Tutsis if they leave, and so they think they may as well stay here and die. Ben Brown, BBC News, Kibeho camp in Rwanda.
Tutsi-led government.